Check it out. Oh, happy new day. Happy new day. I got some good news for you. Before I get into all of that, did you start your day with exercising gratitude? Did you start today recognizing your higher power? Did you look around at the people, places, and things that you have, exercise gratitude, and just to be thankful? Roof over your head, clothes on your back, food in your cabinets. And no, I don't care what you have, whether it's abundance or scarcity, it's still present. First world problem that y'all be complaining about. Are you thankful for that? Are you thankful for that? Just wondering, because I know that's important. We start our day, we just get up, we just hop in, take a shower, brush our teeth, start going throughout the day. But not taking the time to reflect. Gratitude is amazing to have. Anytime when I feel discouraged, I start to reflect on how far Christ has brought me. Not medium, not a chariot, not sage, Christ. How far he brought me. What he brought me out of, what doors he opened, what doors he closed. What he's crafted me into. The way he's developing my character. The way he's tearing away some of my old toxic habits that put me in bad spaces due to my ignorance/arrogance. You know how when we have with our children or our niece, our nephew, our little cousin, we get them something that they say they want so bad. And you notice that thing that you giving them of value, emphasis on that, of value. They abuse it. Because when you don't know the value of something, you tend to abuse it. Your body is a temple, but you treat it like a junkyard by what you consume, message by what you smoke, by what you drink, by what you eat. You don't value your body like that until you have to go to the doctor, or until you have to put on some clothes, message, or until you get into a relationship, or until you have to go somewhere and have to show your body. Like a water park, a swimming pool. That's when it gets real. We don't know the value of what we have. That mind that you have, that beautiful mind that you have, that entrepreneurship mind that you have, that cognitive mind that you have, that can open up doors, that can really solve a lot of problems in your life. You're not honoring that. You're not feeding your mind. But you know what you're feeding? Your insecurities. Yeah. Oh yeah, you definitely feeding your insecurities. Your low self-esteem, you're doing that too. You know why I say that? Because the way you guys look for attention is crazy. I know people, present time, right now, that will fake an illness that they have due to the attention that they'll get. And they will keep saying that they have this problem or this illness or this anxiety, because guess what? When they have all these problems and this anxiety and this quote-unquote illness, they got people calling them. They got people messaging them. They got people actually showing up to their house. Now, mind you, nobody ever checks on a strong person. But when you're sick, everybody pop up. I mean, they pop out. What? The city comes out. People that ain't talked to you in years, that stay 5 minutes from you, don't even bother to check on you, not bother to see if you need some help at all. No leg work at all. Everybody around this joint doing everything else but checking on you. But you showing up for everybody else. So now some of you guys have to stage an illness, stage some mental deficiency that you have. This to get people to call you, to nurture you. And that's a terrible look. You guys, I can't wait till you guys stop doing. I can't wait till you guys start to give your life to Christ, start to get counseling, get the real help. When you guys want to smoke, y'all know vape shop to go to. You know a weed man to call. Y'all want to go drink, you know the best liquor store to go to. Restaurant, same thing. Designer, you know the place. Shoe slot, you know the place. We want to hook up on some stuff illegal, You know who to call. When are you gonna start putting that pride down, that arrogance down, that I know it all, I got it myself, I can do it all myself? If you look at the people that have unalived themselves, it's at the rapid number is through the roof. It's crazy. You know why? Because somebody taught them, I can do it myself. You don't need nobody. Because from when we was kids, we have this crazy story that our parents taught us: what goes in the house stays in this house. You don't tell nobody what you're going through. You don't tell nobody what you're coming out of. You don't tell nobody what's happening. Because if you do, they'll take you away from me. If you do, I'll go to jail. So, you're bleeding. You have a stomachache. Mentally struggling. You're on the verge of giving it all up. And they want you, your parents taught you, to hold it in. So as you get older, with friends and family, you have a concern or problem, you do what? Hold it in. You get married, get into a stable relationship, or unstable. You want to make a change, but you know what you do? You hold it in. You hold it in. And that's so unhealthy. You will never see a person who's constipated with a smile on their face. It's the reason why we get oil changes. It's the reason why everything in life have a ventilation system. To get out of our system, our pores, when we sweat, ventilation system. Your car will overheat, it has the ventilation system. Your AC, your central air has the ventilation system. It's the reason why we vent at times, to get it out, because we hold it in, we're going to implode. Message, you keep holding it in, you're going to ruin that marriage, you're going to ruin that relationship, you're going to ruin that child, you're going to lose that job. All because you don't want to do the right maintenance on yourself. I'll get to me later. Later never come. I'll work on my weight later. That's not promised to you, but you guys are so entitled because you think it's promised to you. And that's amazing. Remember us as children, we will have, let's say our parent tell us to don't do something. Hey, stay out of our room, stay out, whatever, don't grab this food to eat. They leave. Message, supervision is no longer present, and they telling you not to do something, you honor their word. So you say, don't go over such house, but then later on, you find yourself doing that horrendous act, going over that friend's house, going into the cabinet, going into the room. They find out they mad, they punish you verbally, take your phone away from your video game, whatever the case may be, but let alone, they don't stop loving you. They don't stop feeding you. They don't stop clothing you. They don't stop taking care of you. That's what grace looks like. If you're a believer of faith, I'm talking to you. That's what grace looks like. Grace is not permission to sin, but some of us think because God is forgiving and our parents are still going to love us and feed us and nurture us and take us out to eat, we can keep doing what we want to do. Just because our parents still help us, still take care of us, does not mean that their heart don't grieve. Just because Christ said bless you does not mean He approve of your lifestyle. It doesn't mean He approve of your lifestyle. It doesn't mean that. But we confuse that. We think we're on the right path because things are going good in your life. But that does not mean He don't want you to change. Same way we do with our kids, our friends, our neighbors. We want them to change and be better. See the beauty about Christ in your life? The longer you get closer to Him, you inquire about, just like water. You inquire about water. You understand the benefits first. You hear about the pros and cons and how vital it is in your life to have. You notice nothing quench your thirst better than water. You drink pop, liquor. You can get gallstones from not having enough fluids in your life. But you notice when you drink water, it just does something to the body. It gets out all the detox out of your system. It moves things around. Message, there's nothing like living water. There's nothing like Christ in your life that you need to have to understand how serious it is. If we learn to drink water, if we learn to inhale his word, if we learn to eat his daily bread and be obedient, we won't find ourselves compromised. We won't find ourselves in recoveries and rehabs and going through another season of healing. Going through another season of healing by what? Because you want to do what you want to do. Imagine if your child, you told him stay out the cabinets, stay away from the knives, or stay away from something that can harm them, and they're telling you, oh, you too controlling. Your orders, your rules and regulations is not for you, it's for them. It's for their safety. It's protective custody. Because when we are obedient, guess what? We don't end up in Planned Parenthood. We don't end up in jail. We don't end up in a psych ward. We don't end up in a demeaning relationship once we're obedient. We don't end up in different rehabs if we learn to listen. But we all want to do things our way. I got a better way. I want to do this instead. And then later on, 3 kids later, 4 STDs later, bankruptcy later, depression later. All because of what? You didn't want to listen because you knew better. And now you sorry, and now, God comes to help us. But some of us have this thing where we don't want to pray because we thinking God is like your mom or your dad or your grandfather or grandmother, whoever's the guardian in your life. And because you let them down, they're going to limit the access. God has boundaries too, but he's still going to aid and assist you. You think he didn't know you was going to act up? You think he didn't know you was going to wild out and spaz out and run away from him? He has that type of agape love, that unconditional love. If you're not loving him, he still loves you. Even when you run away from him, he's still waiting on you. That prodigal son, he's still waiting on. The Jezebels, he can't wait to turn you into an Esther or a Ruth. He can't wait. The people that want to be an Ephesians 5 man, Proverbs 31 woman, he's waiting on you to allow you to get into his house. He wanted to come and dwell in your house so he can do some spring cleaning. The attitude he want to work on. He wants your life, your body to be his construction site. He needs to definitely tear down some stuff in your life. Them attitudes, that way, that superstition, that horoscope, the live your life and all this, the validation, the want to be secure, he want to change you for the better. We think when we hear about religion, as we like to say, oh, he's trying to control you. When you teaching your kids how to, nieces and nephews, little cousins, how to cook, how to dress, how to clean up, when you taught them how to wash themselves up, that wasn't for you, that was for their health. Because they don't, bacteria, sickness, and illness come with not being clean. Message, when you taught them how to cook. Another survival skills, so they can flourish as they get older, so they can learn how to do things so they don't get wrapped up with eating everybody else's food, so they don't get wrapped up with taking everybody else's doctrine like it's gospel. Like they don't end up compromising what they think they know. Educating them in school, mathematics, science, social studies, reading, comprehension. Keyword, comprehension. Because once you learn 2 + 2 is 4, message, once you learn 2 + 2 is 4, nobody can tell you otherwise. You know why? Because you have the education, you have the experience, and you actually have examples and illustrations to confirm that. So there's nothing that nobody
In
can
2 miles, take exit 40A for US 20 East, US 35 South toward LaPorte, South Bend.
There's nothing nobody can say to doubt you. You know why? Because you're in tune. Because you're growing. Because you're maturing. But you got to see the importance of getting your mental health together. We do everything else but take care of ourselves. But when somebody call you for the birthday or the wedding or somebody else's random spot, we showing up. 50-yard dash, sprinting there. But when it comes to your insecurities, you moving slow. You got molasses now in your legs. When it comes to you working on your patience, your forgiveness, your bitterness, your inner racism, you don't want to talk about that. But we can talk about every other celebrity, some little scandal going on. Let's talk about what you struggle with. Let's talk about what you've been running from. Let's talk about that ebook that's inside of you, that story that's going to end up being a Billboard, New York Times bestseller. Whatever it is that you need to perpetuate into, transform into, let's talk about that. That's a different conversation. See, we do everything else though, but grow. Change is inevitable, but growing that's a different change. As in, change
in half a mile, take exit 40A for US 20 East, US 35 South toward LaPorte South Bend.
It's important to get our health together. It's important to get our mind together. It's important to get your circle together. Michael Jordan had Paxson, Scottie Pippen, Tony Kukoc, and
take
Bill
exit
Cartwright.
40A.
He had them to make him get to a championship 3 years in a row. So with that being said,
at the next light, turn right.
Who do you have in your life that's building, that you can build, that you can grow, that's going to teach you how to be a better woman, a better man, a better husband, a better wife, more patient, a better parent? Who do you have in your life that teach you areas or impact you in areas that you seem to be having deficiency in? We hold on to too much. I just got out of church, right? So when I was in church, random, but we here for it. A pastor who normally don't do his testimony said it was on his heart.
At the light, turn right onto US 20 East.
That people wanted to give testimony, so whatever. He said 3 people, so I stepped up. Me being boldness of John the Baptist, I'm here for it. Big energy, yeah, at all times. I'm going to say things that people are scared to say. I'm going to fight for things that people fight behind closed doors. I'm going to do that in real time. So, in the midst of me getting up there, I got up there and I explained what God saved me from. My abandonment, my negativity, my low self-esteem, my people-pleasing, my being passive aggression, my mommy wounds, my father wounds, all of that stuff. Fear, rejection, fear in general. Me being a chameleon, all of that, imposter syndrome, identity crisis, all of that. And I explained my life is similar to Jacob in the Bible. Jacob's mom taught him deception. He learned how to be a manipulator, scheme. He ran from accountability. And at the end, he ended up having to wrestle with a higher power that blessed him, but impacted his hip. So you think about the story about the hip, now he has a limp. So he got blessed, but now he has a limp. So in the midst, he told God, I'm not going to let you go until you bless me. So he was blessed. Name changed from Jacob to Israel. But now he had a hip issue. So you think about the hip, why did his hip get touched and he got blessed? Because he had a tendency to run, to rush, to panic, to hit the gas instead of the brakes. So by him having a limp now it teaches him a pace, how to walk things out, how to process things. Now you can't run no more because God have a way of adjusting your pace. Because a lot of us, we have speed limits for a reason, right? You don't obey the speed limit, you're going to put you or somebody else at risk. If you're not obedient and think that you need to do at your job, you can lose your job. If you're terrible in your relationships, you can lose your spouse, mentally or physically, or both. It's a big reason about having a pace. When you walk with somebody, 2 things happen. One person, either you adjust to their pace or they adjust to your pace. So my question is, who pace are you adjusting to? Who pace are you adjusting to? Who's in your ear? Who's in your ear? What are you watching that's affirming your behavior, your habits? I've learned when it came to Christ, I'm nothing without him. I've been doing amazing without him for so long. But this thing, when I started to add him in my life, guess what he started doing? Changing my perspective, giving me principles that I need, where I was able to find other individuals that helped me build my kingdom. Build his kingdom. To change my perspective. To teach me how to walk. He taught me like a body of Christ. He gave me legs in my circle. He gave me eyes when I can't see. He gave me lungs when I can't breathe. He gave me arms when it's too heavy for me to carry. when I start to keep my eyes on him, and after he restored me, now he didn't teach me the desires of my heart. He changed the desires of my heart, and he taught me what I should be chasing, how I should acquire it. And I set my goals around that. And that's what it's about. Matthew 6:33, that tells you seek him first. And then everything else will come after the fact. But nope, we so wrapped up with our vision boards, our goals, our this, our that, our this, I'm that. When I'm 30, I'm going to do this. When I'm 40, I'm going to do this. When I'm 50, I'm going to do this. None of that stuff is part of his purpose. And you wonder why you empty. And you wonder why you irritated. And you wonder why you run to the bottle instead of the Bible. You wonder why you run to toxic people instead of prayer. You wonder why you don't know how to have a conversation with God, because you keep relating him to your mom, your dad, or that bogus religion that they taught you how to keep it to yourself. You figure it out yourself. You don't bother Christ with small things. That's stupid. When you was a child, when you had a need, a problem, no matter how abundant or miscellaneous it was, mom and daddy wanted to know, right? You knocked on that door, right? You had a boo-boo. So whatever issue you had, paper cut, sock wasn't fit, shoes ain't, whatever the case may be, you need some help reaching, you add. This is why in the Bible explains on how you need to be childlike, not childish, childlike. What are children? They're codependent. They wait. They bug you. Yes, get back to that. They wait. W-A-I-T, patience. They wait on you. They don't move until you tell them to. They're obedient. It's the reason why I don't say nothing about adult, because adults are not coachable. Adults argue everything. They try to use logic over everything. Human limitations. Imagine a 3-year-old toddler trying to tell you how you should spend your check. Imagine that. Sounds stupid, right? But guess what? We do the same thing with God. We trying to tell him who created you, him who blessed you with your concept, your morals, your cognitive activity, your nervous system, your musculoskeletal system. He know the numbers of your head, and you trying to tell him what's best for you. Oh, God brought this husband, this man, he should be my husband. This should be my wife. Sir, you're on your 5th wife. Miss Ma'am, you on your 6th husband. How? This is what we do. Instead of seeking God, we seek our wants, our desires, our insecurities. Then we put God's name on at the end. God want me to have this job. Now you lost your edges. God want me to have this woman. And now you have to go through bankruptcy for the 3rd time in a big course of your life. God told me that. No, he didn't. No, he didn't. You don't read your Bible. You don't go to wise counsel. You didn't pray or fast for what vision that you had. You just went off of it because it was a need. Your insecurity starts taking the driver's wheel, and it told you this is what you should seek. This is what you should pursue. Now you're in this space now, and now you're in the worst position of your life. Now you're obese. Now you feel abandoned. Now you feel unwanted. But I thought God put you there. I thought he put you there. When I say I align my will with his, I do that in more ways than one. When I say he speaks through me, through so many people that I run across, who, whether they want to hear it or not, atheist or not, agnostic or not, Muslim or not, Hinduism or not, I talk to them. I don't judge them, be bad. I'm just letting them know. The same way we do our children, our nieces and our nephew. Hey, we know how to lie. Kids know how to lie. They don't get taught how to lie. They get taught how to tell the truth. They know how to make a mess. They get taught how to clean up. We know how to adopt everything else that sounds like it makes sense, but then we getting taught message on the right way. The right way how to drive, the right way how to pray, the right way how to be patient, the right way how to be a husband, a wife, the right way how to be a parent, the right way how to support your peoples. If nobody's in my circle this is what I tell about the ingredients of a friend, family member, or a loved one. If I can't coach them, counsel them, correct them, me celebrating them is going to only put them in a bad space. We do that with our kids, our nieces and our nephew. Don't we? Oh, we do it hard. When their breath sink, we tell them. That's out of love. When they make a mess, we tell them out of love. When they do make bad grades, we tell them, we coach them. Mathematics, we tell them, we coach them. It's out of love. But why is it when it comes to your friends and your family members that continue to do things that's not conducive for their future, not conducive for their purpose, not conducive of their livelihood, we don't say nothing. We don't say nothing. I need to be better at being silent and letting God handle it. Okay, real talk. Glad I saw your live already, man. Gratitude. But that's the important thing, and trust me, I go through it, bro, like heavy and down. So in the midst of me giving my testimony about when I was at the church, at the service, a pastor walked up to me, and you can tell he had tears in his eyes about me speaking up. And that's why I tell men, sidebar, about sometimes we got to learn to speak up because we internalize so much. And the only time we end up freeing ourselves is when we get the pain taken away permanently. Now we in a funeral home.
There's a lane closure ahead.
And that's sad. Us as men, we got to start to speak up. We're not okay. We're not doing the best I can. We tired. We trying to act like we okay. We don't like how our spouse treats us. We wish he was better. We miss our dad. We miss our mom. Whatever the issue it is, we got a closed mouth don't get fed. A person, you get mad because you're in the hospital and nobody came your way. Nobody knew you was having problems though because you were holding it to yourself. Well, I don't know who to talk to, and that's what discernment and prayer and wisdom and wise counsel is for. That's what boundaries is for. Them the areas us as men we loud about sports. We loud about somebody winning. We loud about politics, but we whisper about our traumas. We whisper our traumas. We hide it behind work, the status, money, our spouses, the image. But over time, what you suppress is gonna come out in the worst way. And then you're gonna crash out. Cause you know why? Cause the real you, that child needs to get clothed. That child in you needs to be fed. That child in you needs some attention, the real type of attention, the real type of respect, the real type of love. But you only can get it through Christ. All this time I thought me fighting was going to open up some doors in my life. After build up the build, championship after championship, guess what? I still had low self-esteem. I still was feeling less than what I was. I still didn't have a sense of gravity within myself. But you know what I faked it behind? Oh, you a good fighter because I've been beat up my whole life. I've been bullied a big course of my life from when I was 6 to 13 years old. I was bullied. People like, man, you a good fighter. Because I was beaten for the most trivial things. Because my feet was growing. Because I needed more clothes. I needed a coat. Because I was bothering my mom when she just got off working. Because I didn't clean up as fast as she wanted to. Just the most random type of acts. So I was taught my need was a burden. So I never asked for help. So as I got older, I could be burnt out. I could be hungry. I could be left behind. But guess what? I'm not asking for no help. And as we get older, we was taught to fix it everything because instead of me being a child, adolescent, playing games, I'm the therapist, I'm the bookkeeper, I'm the accountant, I'm the surrogate, I'm all of that type of stuff. So when it was time for me to be myself, I didn't know how to be myself. But also by me aging a lot quicker than what I need to be, it was all bad for me because I did everything else, but nobody taught me how to regulate my emotions. Nobody ever taught me how to apologize. Nobody ever taught me how to repent. Nobody ever taught me that I can't blame everything else for things that I've done in my life that's self-inflicted. But you know what I did? I kept running from accountability. I kept running from responsibility. I kept running from issues that I caused because I didn't want to get help. People be saying, well, I want a job. Then you tell them about jobs that's available for you. I ain't working now. Sir, you jobless. What are you talking about? People like, oh man, I wanna work out. I want to get in shape. Then you show them the workouts. Oh, I ain't trying to do all of that. I want to get right with Christ. I want to give up my pride though. I don't want to listen to him though, but I want him to be my savior, but not my Lord. Save me when I'm drowning, but don't teach me how to swim. Feed me when I'm hungry, but don't teach me how to cook. You want him to change everybody around you, but he want to change that bitterness in you. But you don't want to give that up. That unforgiveness, that passive aggressiveness, you don't want to give that up. them vices in your life that make you feel good. If it made you feel good, why are you taking it so much?
In half a mile, keep left to continue on Indiana 2 East.
Why are you taking it so much? If it was such a life change in your life, all them books you read is not finna change your life. All the podcasts that you watch, all the random places that you go into is not finna help you. Until you confess, until you repent, you can't hear what you hide.
Keep left to continue on Indiana 2 East.
You can't hear what you hide. Y'all fake it to make it. Then you make it and you still faking.
Continue on Indiana 2 East for 13 miles.
That's crazy. Exactly, bro. Real life. We be doing that. And that bothers us. It's like, hey, I know you want me to go over this house, but I'm finna go over there anyway. Then you go over that house that your parents told you not to go over there. Then you end up beat up, jumped, and robbed. And now you crying to your mom and dad because they didn't run to your aid fast enough. The audacity. Instead of them healing your wounds, how about you listen to them the first time? Now you bumped your head. Now you went from getting stitches to staples. Now you in depression. And now you have trust issues. Because you thought you knew better than your parents. You're 12 years old. Mentally, a lot of you guys are emotionally, you guys are still young. Whatever trauma that happened in your life, that's it. We have a chronological age, which you are. As of right now, like the anatomy part of you, some of you guys in your 30s and 40s, but based on your trauma, that's when you stop growing emotionally. This is why we spaz out like kids. This is why we get erratic and we want to fight everybody. When I used to fight everybody, it wasn't because I was in the right. It's because I didn't know how to articulate my emotions. It's because I didn't know how to regulate if it was your fault or my fault. I didn't understand if it was my pride or my principle talking. But I had to prove a point. I had to show you that I was a big dog because I used to get picked on. And me coming from low self-esteem and me thinking I don't have low self-esteem because I got nicer clothes now. I got status. I got belts. So that means I'm official. So now I'm thinking I'm a guy. Now I'm thinking I'm the big man on campus. But real men apologize. Real men repent. Real men ask for help. All I did was get wrapped up with other endeavors in my life, and I defined myself off of what I have because I thought that means that I'm a man. Real men seek wisdom, seek knowledge, seek counsel, seek mentorship, seek Christ. Because we don't know it all. Because if we know it all, your credit score shows you don't know it all. The jobs you bounce back and forth means you don't know it all. The relationships, the marriages you bounce in and out of shows that you don't know it all. The arguments and imaginary beef you had with people who've been trying to help you, it behooves me how when somebody's trying to impact you or stop you from doing something, they're a hater. I'm stopping you from driving because you're drunk and your license is suspended and you thinking I'm trying to control you. The audacity of us. I don't want you to continue to eat all these bad sugars because you have type 2 diabetes, and I don't want to see that illness, unaddressed wound become an infection. I don't want to see that infection become gangrene, and I don't want to see no amputation in your life. I don't want to see you lose your sight. But by me talking to you and telling you, hey, you shouldn't be doing that, man, leave me alone. You asked me to help you. It's like me as a trainer. People get mad when I take out the stuff that they have in their life that's been causing harm in their life. And you can't keep doing that. Why not? Why not? Why can't put sugar on crap? Why can't you have a fish smell, you garbage in your house, and you putting Yankee candles around it? You open up the windows. You're doing anything else but dump out the garbage. Message, a lot of you guys are walking hoarders. Y'all holding on to the grief what happened in 2001, 2002, 2003. What am I supposed to do? Let it go. If I'm trying to get a new car in my house, in my garage, I gotta let the old car go. I gotta declutter. Because I gotta make room for the new in my life. But y'all be stacking the old with the new. Just like a paint job. You have to peel off the paint first, right? Just like an oil change. You gotta pour out the old oil first. But we don't want to do all of that, though. We want everybody else to figure it out for us. Help me in this area. Help me in this area. For me to help you, that means you got to be honest with yourself. You got to be honest first up to recovery. You have to be honest. I'm an addict in this area. My pride gets the best of me. I seek validation. I had to be honest with myself. I thought I wasn't depressed. I thought I didn't have no anger issues. I thought I wasn't immature. I thought I had it all together. But I had no boundaries. I had no trust. I didn't know how to talk things out. I didn't know how to reflect. I didn't have no type of emotional regulations at all. I knew how to get loud, but me being loud didn't improve the argument. Me being aggressive, it didn't soothe anybody. It caused intimidation. So instead of people that's around me that should be impacting me, I'm pushing them away because I'm immature. I'm Peter Pan. I didn't want to grow up. I wanted to stay a Toys R Us kid. I wanted what I wanted. I want to continue to eat sweets. And you continue to eat sweets for years at a time, guess what happens? You get cavities, right? You keep running around here being bitter, trying to attack individuals. Now you're going to have beef. So now you can't prosper, grow, become an entrepreneur, have a stable lifestyle. You guys still run around here in these gang lifestyles like that's the wave. You 40 and 50 years old. Sir, go be somebody's mentor. Go be somebody's coach. Go get back to the community. Y'all that you want to chase the status. You trying to, instead of you impacting the youth, you trying to dress like them, date like them, talk like them, chase the same type of women they date. Who's the leader? Who's the influence? I'm confused. I see so much of, man, I'm just, I'm out here. I'd worry about me. I'm getting this money. Sir, you stay with your grandma. You're 55 years old. Nothing wrong with that, but own it. Man, ain't enough money. I ain't finna work for no $15 an hour, $18, $20. They got to call to give me $30 an hour. But you have no resume, no skills, no trade. I'd rather hustle and sell drugs. So you're going to risk you playing with contraband, going to jail over what? A lot of you guys who sell drugs don't maybe make any money to pay off your phone. A lot of you guys have a Chime account. Y'all don't have no type of stability in your life, but here you are. You out here, you official. You guys walk around here with straps, switches for no reason, with no beef. You guys play this Call of Duty, Grand Theft Auto type of life and thinking that's how life is out here. You guys ain't really been in no real trenches at all, and that's cool. We act like we glorify the negative stuff. Why? I can't wait till we start glorifying. I grew up with a mama and I grew up with two parents. I can't wait till we start glorifying that. My GPA was 3.8. I stayed out of trouble. I got a trade. I love my spouse. I love my kids. I cannot wait till that be a thing. I go to church. I love Christ. I celebrate my friends regularly. I can't wait to start seeing that. I can't wait till we be gangster when it comes to that. When I want to hear some gangster talk, I want to hear about who did you impact? Who did you help? What did you get out of? Whether it was abandonment issues, whether it's fear of rejection, whether it was insecurity, I want to hear that. That's gangster. Gangsters walk away from something that can compromise your life or be a ripple effect on your kids or your spouse or your future. That's gangster. I want to hear about somebody else not entertaining the same crazy cycle. When you think about cycles and seasons, seasons have an expiration date. Cycles change when you change. Some of you guys be saying, oh man, the enemy trying me. The enemy trying you. The enemy didn't make you go to that liquor store. He didn't make you go to that girl house. He didn't make you go to that casino. You went there voluntarily because for it to be a temptation, that means it's something that means something to you. A lot of you guys make idols about your careers, your goals, your power moves. Yeah, a lot of you guys are selfish and it's hard. And I'd be being transparent. I had to be honest with myself. I was self-centered. I thought the world revolved around me. I never got no attention as a kid, so I thought as a grown-up, as a fighter, now I'm finna get all the stuff I didn't get as a kid. So now I'm chasing goals that I didn't get attention, love, affirmation, that I didn't acts of service that I didn't get as a kid. Your love language is what you were deprived from. My love language is acts of service because nobody ever thought about me at all. I was always, from a performance standpoint, I performed for everybody. So I thought performing ensured companionship. I thought performing meant I had status. I thought performing means, because when you ask a man something, they always want to tell you what they're doing, who they are, but never how they feeling. Because nobody ever taught us how to open up. We open up, we're too vulnerable. We soft, we this, we that. Jesus cried. They had sunrise in the back in the day, and they love flowers. You being that person, when you think about men and women have 64 types of, think about crayons. Women have 64 crayons, men have 8, but we only use 4. So you ask them, when a woman, it requires violet from a man only can give them yellow. Because we wasn't taught how to embrace our feelings. We was taught how to be strong. We was taught how to figure it out. We was taught how to hold it to yourself, be stoic. And then when we end up in a space, nobody saw it coming. I can't believe he in this space. Signs and symbols for a conscious mind. You know when your kid was sick, that a baby, 17 months, you know when they wasn't right. You know when your dog wasn't feeling better, but you don't know when your spouse is struggling, is having a meltdown. Until they get on social media, until they get in the hospital, until they get a newspaper. Now all of a sudden, here you are, dun-dun-dun with your cape on. A lot of us, when we get our spouses, when we get our jobs, when we get these opportunities, we so humble, we so grateful. But in order for something to thrive in your life, you have to provide maintenance. If you want your car to run better, guess what you have to do? Maintenance. If you want your spouse to be better, you have to provide what? Maintenance. When you first get your spouse, me and T.I. voice, you can have whatever you like. You can have whatever you like, baby, I got you. If you need me, do this, I'm doing that, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Calling pick it up on the first ring, texting, crazy, on the phone, endless. 2 years later, she's every name in a book but a queen. You think about her when you want to think about her. You better give her any type of attention. Now, the dopamine highs fade away. Every day you have to choose love. Imagine if your liver, your kidneys, your lungs act like you. I don't feel like dealing with you today, so I'm just going to stop working. You know how much pain that'll cause us? That's the same thing when you go with your spouse. Your spouse needs you, your kids need you, your friends need you, your coworkers need you, your purpose needs you, Christ needs you. But we fight so much of what we want over what he wants for us. Just like with our kids in the future, we want what's best. But if you don't have no trust, there's no relationship. You don't have no trust, there ain't no relationship. There's no way that you can elevate until you let go. You guys gotta let go.
In half a mile, use the right lane to take the US 20 East, US 31 South ramp to Mishawaka, Plymouth.
You guys gotta let go. And I know it's hard. Trust me, it's hard for me. Whatever in your life that's an idol, and it's anything that you feel like defines you. Fighting was my idol. Like, I thought me had to be fight, so God set me down. God told me, if you want to get to a better place, you gotta put this down, because
use the right lane to take the US 20 East ramp. Then merge onto US 20 East.
I was worshiping me being a fighter because I still was trying to chase that validation that I'm somebody, that I'm relevant, that I'm worth talking about. But I still, and then when I didn't get the attention I didn't get, I still was mad. I'm trying to work for something that was already given to me. Christ already loved me. Christ already secured me, but I want the world, the people that's going to turn on you tomorrow. How many people that we had in our life that loved us 1 minute, they heard some gossip or some drama, they turned on us the next minute. The moment we told them no, we everything in the book.
Continue on US 20 East for 6 miles.
We everything in the book but a child of Christ. Y'all perform for everybody else because you want to get them to say that you're a real person, that you're head not to tail, that you fearfully, wonderfully made. Nah, Christ told you that. It's the reason why Christ want to get you back to your identity, so you can see, stop trying to get the approval of men. They gonna turn on you. They love Jesus, they did everything right, and they turned on him. First it was Hosea, then later on it was crucify him. All because he was helping them. Message, all because you wanted them to lose weight. All because you wanted to improve their relationship. All because you wanted them to get their spiritual life together. All because you wanted them to endorse integrity, practice what they preach. And now all of a sudden you the enemy. Like you robbed them something. Only thing Christ trying to take from you is your pride, is your arrogance, is your ego, is your entitlement. Because he want to give you peace. He want to give you rest. But you guys walk around here so exhausted, check engine lights all the way on because you don't want to get a diagnostic. Why? Because the cost is too big. And you don't want to pay for it with obedience, with repentance. You don't want to do that. You don't want to do the work. But you want everything else given to you. And then you wondering why nobody's coming to your aid. God giving you arms, legs, and a brain. He already gave you a vision. He already gave you a word before. but you don't want to answer it because it's not in your blueprint. It's not where you want to go. So you have a couch versus a throne. A couch is where your feelings, where your preference, where your will is. A throne, only one person sits on there. If you really want to allow Christ in your life, He want to be on the throne, not on the couch. Because when God tells you something, you have to weigh the pros and cons. Like He's trying to hurt you. He's trying to save you from being hurt anymore. You think He like you in mental destitution, in jail, paranoid? That's not how He created you. It's not the way He created you. Just a thought. Just want to bring we are real quick. Big business.